There's so much financial advice out there, but almost none of it tackles this issue of like, what about the world that we have to live in? You can't save money you don't have. And so earning is the first and arguably the most important piece. It's also the most difficult piece. And so it's certainly easier to start with like, hey, here's some tips and tricks to cut $5 from your monthly budget. But the reality is so much more of our energy would be better focused on earning. And so we can talk about earning as a creative, but I would say for most people, and I don't have to tell a lot of the creatives that are listening, it always feels, at least to me, somebody that has run her own business for 10 years and you just wrote a book, which was a creative endeavor, it always feels like it's like a balancing of kind of like a one for them, one for you scenario in order to make it all work. If you really feel like there is not enough money, you're probably right. What isn't helpful is for any financial educator to gaslight you into thinking that you're wrong.
I always find the advice of like, don't buy your coffee as really annoying because you're like, no, the mark of a creative is, I liken it to, there's this creative chasm. You're a starving artist until you're not. Like you cross that chasm and you start earning, and then all of a sudden you can make up for lost time because you're earning differently than a salaried worker. You're earning in chunks. And then you figure out how to spread that chunk to last you if work dries up again, but you have more liberty at that time to start making better financial choices.
And it's also just like not helpful to tell people like, hey, that one instance where you get out into the world and get to make a human connection and have this small thing that you enjoy, like that's the thing that has to go. It's just quite antithetical to my financial philosophy, which is it is also very important that we invest in and participate in the community structures for which we also have to live in. And so like there's so much financial advice out there, but almost none of it tackles this issue of like, what about the world that we have to live in? Because we do have to live in it after all.